Okay, so you come up to here. Right, so now I am going to change this dx to dt. Right? So when you change the dx to dt, so the limit also changes. So the limit changes from what? 0 to 1. Dx becomes 2 dt 1 plus t square over, this is then 5 4 1 minus t square so I am going to take this as the common factor. So this will become 5 times 1 plus t square five times 1 plus t square plus 4 1 minus t square plus 3 times 3 over 2. So now these two can get cancelled off, right? So now I know this. Right, then I have, what do I have then? So now then I have 2 dt. So let's simplify this out and see what sort of answer we get. 0 to 1, 2 dt. This is 5 plus 4 is going to be 9. 5t squared minus 4t squared is going to be t squared. Is going to be 16. Correct now? Right? Then I will get, I am going to take 2 out. So dt, this is what? This is basically t plus 3 square. Right now? So then I am going to write this as 2 times t plus 3 minus 2 t. Right? Then what will I get? So where have I put my limits? 0 to 1, 0 to 1. So the answer will be what? T plus 3 minus 2 plus 1 minus 2 plus 1 1 0. Correct now? Right? So the answer will be what? So minus t plus 3 1 0. Correct now? Right? Then if I write this out, so the answer will be, so I'm going to now it's basically substitution to minus 1. So t plus 3 is 1 plus 3 is going to be 4. 0 is going to be minus 3. So this is going to be plus. So positive 3, positive 1 over 3 minus 1 over 4. That comes up to what? So wait. So there's a 2 here. 2 is here. So this becomes 1 over 12. So 1 over 12 times 2 is 1 over 6. So that's the answer that we want. Correct now? Right, so question number 15. Right, so question number 15, this is the integration part. So first of all, they are saying show that 0 to 5 fx will be equal to f 5 minus x dx. So let's show that. Part A, we show that 0 to 5 fx dx is equal to 0 to 5 f what? 5 minus this is what they are asking us to show, right? So this is like just like the 2014 paper. They have asked a similar thing in 2014 paper as well. So let's see. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to name this as I, right? So I'm going to name that as I, right? So then I'm going to put a substitution, right? So the substitution that I'm going to use is y equals 5 minus 6. So now this is not a statement, huh? This is something that we have to prove. So the statement ends here. This is something that we have to prove, right? No. Then so then what I'm going to do here is so this is a substitution. So I need to change the limits. Then I need to find what is dy over dx, and so that's basically it. No? Then I have to substitute and see. Alright. So I'm going to do dy over dx is going to be minus 1. Correct? No? So then dx is going to be minus dy. Correct? No? Then what? Then I'm going to see what is x. X is 5 minus y. Right? No? Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the limit. So when x goes to 0, right? So when x goes to 0, that means so from here it's easy to find from here. Y goes to 5. When x goes to 5, y goes to 0. Correct? No? So now I can write I as what? 0 to 5 fx dx. Now I can put the substitution I use, which is, so the limit goes from what? 5 to 0. 5 to 0. Then f x becomes what? 5 minus y. Right? No? And dx becomes what? Minus dy. Right? No? So now you can take minus out. If you put minus out, the limit will change. So limit will interchange. Correct? No? So I am going to take minus out. So if I take minus out, this will be 0 to 5. F 5 minus y dy. Right? No? Now this is basically in terms of the variable y. Right? So this is all y variable. No? So this variable variable is a variable, correct? So what I am going to do is I am going to change this variable to x. Right? No? Because in terms of y. So I can write in terms of x. No? So then I can write this as 0 to 5 f 5 minus x dx. So this is what they asked. Alright, then what? Then they ask him to show also that 0 to 5 over 2 sine square x dx is equal to 5 over 4. Correct? No? So now I'm going to keep this. They are asking, so I am going to name this as I1. I1 is going to be equal to 0 to 5 over 2 sine squared x dx. Right? They want us to show that this is going to be equal to 5 over 4. Right? This is to prove. Not a statement, you have to prove this, okay? Then what? So now, what I am going to do is I am going to use this theorem. Right? So now this theorem was for 5, no? Now if this is 5 over 2, this will be 5 over 2 minus x2. Because just see this as a constant, no? As in some value. So that value will correspond to this. So that's exactly what I am going to use. So I know that this will be equal to 0 to 5 over 2. If this is fx, then I can write this as f 5 over 2 minus x. Right now, so that is basically 0 to 5 over 2 sine square 5 over 2 minus x. What is this? So now sine 5 over 2 minus x is going to be cos, no? Right now, this is, so I1 is 0 to 5 over 2 cos square x. Now I'm going to take this as number 1, this as number 2, then I'm going to add these up. I1 plus I1 will be equal to 0 to 5 over 2. So all these limits are similar, so I can add these inside parts together. It is going to be sine square x plus cos square x dx. Right, so there are alternate ways of doing this sum, but this is very much easier. So this is going to be what? 1, right? So it's going to be then what? 0 to 5 over 2 dx. Right? So then you will get x 5 over 2 0. That means 5 over 2 minus 0. This is 2i. So what do I need? I need so this is 2i1. So I need I1. So then we will get I1 as at 5 over 2 over 2, that means 4. Right? Right. So then we have to find so next up is hence find 0 to 5 x sine square x dx equal to 5 square over 4. So yet again this is not a statement, we have to find this out. Okay, so I'm going to name this integration as j. Okay, so let's see what we can find, how we can find j. Right, so what I'm going to do here is, so this says hence, no? So definitely we need to use the previous thing, what you call previous finding. What was that? That finding was 0 to 5 fx dx is equal to 0 to 5 f 5 minus x dx. So this is the, so we have to use this. That's what they say hence, no? Correct? So let's use this now. For j, I'm going to find this 0 to 5. Alright, so to make it more clearer, this whole thing is fx. This whole thing is fx, so I need f 5 minus x dx. That means we have to replace x with 5 minus x, no? Correct, no? That means 0 to 5, 5 minus x sine square 5 minus x. Right now? So now, one thing you all have to recap is that what is 5 minus x? Sine 5 minus x is going to be sine x, and it's going to be what? It's going to be positive, or STC. So 5 minus x is going to be positive region for sine. Correct? Then I can simplify this as 0 to 5, 5 minus x sine dx. Correct, no? Then I am going to write this as 0 to 5. I am going to take 5 here, 5 sine x So this is going to be square minus 0 to 5 x sine square xt. This is j. Now what is this? This is basically j, no? Right? This is j, no? Correct? This is also j. So I will get 2j here. Right? No? So 2j is equal to 0 to 5. So I can take 5, even 5 out. 5 sine square x dx. Correct, no? Right? So I need to find this basically. Right? So write this down. Right? So I get j as 1. So I get j as 5 over 2, 0 to 5 sine square dx. Right? So what do we know? We know that from the previous one, 0 to 5 over 2 sine square x dx is equal to 5 over 4. This is what we know, right? But here the limits are different. Here the limits are different. So there is a theorem that you can break this limits up, right? You can write this as the 5 over 2 constant is anyway there. You can write this from 0 to 5 over 2 and then yet again start from 5 over 2 to 5. But this thing will remain the same. Right? Okay? So basically I know the answer for this, no? Correct, no? But I don't know the answer for this. Right? I am going to name this as, let's say, K. So I need to find K. Right? So what is K now? Right? So now, if this is from 0 to 5 over 2, I know the answer. Right? But this is not from 5 over 0, what do you call 0 to 5 over 2. This is from 5 over 2 to 0, or 5 over 2 to 5. Right? So what I am going to do is, I am going to use a substitution. Right? And trying to make this 0 to 5 over 2. Furthermore, the way I did the sum, I found out that this is equal to 0 to 5 over 2 cos squared x dx, also 5 over 4. As in, I found that these two are equal. Correct? So what I am going to do is, I am going to convert this in a way that I will get cos squared x 0 to 5 over 2. Okay? So now take a minute to think out. I need this to go to 0. Right? No, so this is the already given next. No? So whatever new, so let's say the new variable is L. So now L should go to 0. No? Right? So the substitution will be 5 over 2 minus x no. Because when x goes from 5 over 2, L becomes 0. Right? Is this correct? So let's say you take this But then if you take this, this will become minus pi over 2. That is not what we want. So the substitution will be the other way around. X minus pi over 2. Right? So at that moment, think in a logical way and find it out. Okay? So if I take this, I will get when x equals pi over 2, L will become 0. When x equals 5, then L becomes pi over 2. So that is what I want. Right? So write this down. So then let's continue. Alright, so we came up to here now. Right, so I'm going to evaluate K. Yeah? So now K will be pi over 2 to 5 sine squared x dx. So I change the limit now. So wait, so for this we have to take dl over dx as well. This is 1. Right, so I basically change all the variables that I want. So x will be L plus pi over 2. Correct? So sine x will be L plus pi over 2. Then dx is going to be d. So dx is going to be dl. This is going to be 0 to pi over 2. Understand? So here from what I did was so I took x as L plus pi over 2 and dx will become dl. Correct? No? So here what is this now? So yet again you should use the all STC thing. So this is what L is, so 5 over 2, that is what you go to 5 over 2, then there's another one. So again the sign is in the positive region, and because it's 5 over 2, this will become cos, no? Right? So you will get 0 to 5 over 2 cos L. Right? Sorry, this is again square. Cos L square dl. Right? So this is again a variable. So you can actually change this as 0 to 5 over 2 cos square x dx. Right now? So you know this as 5 over 4 as well from here. Correct? So now we basically know all the stuff that we need to know to find J. Right? So write it down. So right, so where did we stop there? So we stopped at the point where we knew 2J, no? So we knew J, no? So now remember, so I have found K as 5 over, right? Okay. So where we initially stopped was this one, when 5 over 2 I1 plus K. So I1 was 5 over 4. Now K is also 5 over 4. Right? No, so this is 5 over 2, 5 over 4 plus 5 over 4. That means 5 over 2 into 5 over 2, that is 5 square over 4. So J is that thing this here. So this is what they asked me. Right. So part B. So part B says. So part B says uses suitable substitution and the method of integration by parts to find the integration of x cube e x square dx. Right. So I'm going to name this as I. Right now. So now the most suitable substitution here is to substitute to this. Right? The reason being, if you even you can actually write this as x square into x now. So if you differentiate the x square, you will get x dx. So let's see. It's easy to do it rather than say. So x square. So when you differentiate dy over dx, this is become 2x. So basically dy becomes 2x dx. Right now. So now if you try to write this down, I will be there from, so the limit is not given, so I am going to write this as x squared e x squared x dx. No problem, right? So what I'm going to do is I am going to substitute this part, okay, which I can actually write as dy over 2a equals x dx. Right. So I can substitute everything by y now. So let's do that. So integration x squared is going to be y. E, this is going to be y. This is going to be dy. Right now. So now yet again, if I okay. So this is what we can do up to the substitution. But then we are get the answer. So the answer we are get from integration by parts. So if I remind you the integration by parts thing yet again, what is that? So u dv is going to be equal to uv minus vdu. Right? This is the integration by parts. Then in order to find u, you use I limit. Correct now? Right. So now what do we do? Right. So here E is here. So the E will be the we can use V as this one and then U as the other one. Right. So now what I'm going to do here is wait a minute. So dx is equal to dy over 2. So there's a half here. Correct? So I'm going to take the half out. Y e by d. Correct? No? So let's use integration by parts now. Now we will get half y. I'm going to integrate. I'm going to use this. So you can get dy by differentiating dy over dy. So that is what I have done. Right? Then I can write this one half y e y. So now this is u, this is v. Right? Minus then what? E by, then you have to differentiate this by dy. So if you differentiate y by dy, it's going to be 1. 1, no? Correct, no? Dy over dy is 1, no? Right. So you get this. Right. So if you integrate dy, it's going to be ey. Correct? Right, no? Then you will get half y ey minus ey plus c. Right? So now you need to substitute y as x square. Then you will get the answer. Right? Then if you substitute that, this will become half x squared x squared minus x squared plus c. Right? This is the answer, but this answer is not complete. You should always write c is an arbitrary constant. Okay? So here you should write, so at the end you should write c is an arbitrary constant. Right, no? So let's go to part C. So part C is a basically integration by parts question. So now here this says find so part C, it says find the constraints A, B, C such that x cube right. So first of all we need to find A, B, C, right? So first of all you all need to identify that this is basically this 1 over x squared minus 1 can be written as x cube minus 1 cube. So this is can write as x minus 1 x squared plus x plus 1. Right, no? Okay, so this is basically 1 square, this is x. So this is x minus 1 so you can find A straight away, right? You can find A straight away by just substituting what? So you need to close this out and put x equals 1. So if you close this out, you will get what? 1. This becomes 1 plus 1 plus 1. That means 1 over 3 x minus 1 plus x squared plus x plus 1 bx plus. Right now? So now we need to find bx plus c. Correct? Now, how can we do that? So then you just basically cross multiply and make similar the constants between, right? The coefficients between. So I'm going to multiply here. So 1 was 1 over 3 x squared plus x plus 1 plus dx plus c. Then when I multiply this whole part, this will get cancelled off. Remaining is this. Correct, no? Right, so then I am going to compare the coefficients. So comparing coefficients So if I compare coefficients, the left hand side coefficients for x squared is 0. 0 will be equal to 1 over 3 plus b. Correct? So you will get b as 1 minus 1 over 3. Clear? No? Then what I am going to compare is the constant, or basically when x equals 0. So that is 1 in the left hand side. In the right, left hand side. Then this part is going to be 1 over 3 plus, this is going to be when x equals 0, remaining is minus c. So you will get c as what? C will be 1 over 3 minus 1, that means c is going to be minus 2 over 3. So we have found a, so a was anyway found before 1 over. So we have found ABC. Correct? No? Okay, so now right, so now we can write this to now. We can write this as 1 over 3 this is going to be minus 1 over 3 minus 2 over 3. Right, so I am going to take 3 and minus out. Right, so what are they saying now? So they are saying hence integrate x cube minus 1 over x cube minus 1 in respect to x. Right, so now this is pretty much easy now, right, because we have already found this out. So let's see how to integrate. They are telling us to integrate in terms of dx. Right? So as you know, we can take the constants out, right? So what I am going to first of all do is I am going to take 1 over 3 out. 1 over 3, then integration of x minus 1 minus x plus 2 x square plus x plus 1 dx. Right now? So now this is, you can get the answer straight away. So if you differentiate this part, the x minus 1, the answer is 1. So this is basically the ln form of that integration. Correct? No? Right. So that is done. So I know that I can do that. But here, when there is a power less than this, you can always try to convert this into the ln form, right? So what I am going to do here is I am going to write this x plus 2 as differentiation of this. What is the differentiation of this? That is, so lambda times the differentiation of this is 2x plus 1. Right now? So this is dy over dx of x square plus x plus 1 plus some constant. Right now? So then I am going to compare the coefficients. So x, comparing the coefficients. So when you take x is going to be 1. This is going to be 2 lambda. So basically lambda will be 1, half. Right now? So then find the mu, the constant. Constant is going to be 2 here. This is going to be lambda plus mu. Right? No? So then you know lambda is half. Then mu is going to be 2 minus lambda. No, so lambda is half. That is 3 over. Right? So you know to write this in terms of lambda and mu now. Correct? No? Right. Right. So you got up to here. So I'm going to rewrite this. So shall I name this? Is easier. So I'm going to name this as I. So I will be 1 over 3 x minus 1 lambda is half minus half 2x plus 1 plus 3 over 2. Right now? So then 1 over 3 x minus 1 half 2x plus 1 x plus 1 3 over 2 x square plus x plus 1 dx. Right? So these two answers are straightforward. Right now? But for this, you have to change this up to now. For this part, you will have to change this up into a way that you can get the answer. So here the answers are straightforward because it's a case of ln x, right? So what can we do here? So I have to convert this now, right? So I have to convert this now. So first of all, I will write these answers down. This will become ln x minus 1 minus half is anyway there. Then if you integrate this part, it's going to be ln x squared plus x plus 1. That is because differentiation of this is this. Correct, no? Last 3 over 2 integration of this, no? So I am going to convert this now. So how do I convert? So I am going to take x plus then what we call half squared minus 1 over 2 squared plus 1. So this is equal to this, no? So you took the half and got this. Correct? That's all correct, no? Right? So here if I take this part out, 1 x plus half, so this is going to be minus 1 over 4 plus 3 is going to be 1 is going to be 3 over 4, right? I can write this 3 over 4 as 1. Yes, no? Right, no? So then you should remember one thing. What is that? That is that, so this theory. So what is that theory? X square plus a square dx, you can write as 1 over a tan inverse x over n. Right, so the a is there, the x is now x plus 1 over 2. Correct, no? So then what? Then what is this thing? This will be, so 1 over a is what? Square root 3 over 2 tan inverse x is what? X is going to be x plus half. This is going to be square root 3 over 2. Right, so you found j as well. So there is a plus c anyway, so let's write the c part then. Okay, so write this down. Right, so we basically know this. So now it's a case of substitution now. So I'll just substitute this now. So I know this answer. So the answer is what? This one. Tan inverse. So I'll basically simplify this. This is going to be 2x plus 1. This is going to be square root 3. No, so 2 and 2 will get cancelled out. Plus c. Correct? So remember there is a 1 over 3 here. So you can actually keep the answer like this. Right? So or else you can actually simplify this. But simplification is actually not really necessary. This 3 is going to get cancelled off. And what is necessary is that to write c is an arbitrary constant. Right? So let's go to question part D. So part D. So part D says to use substitution. So part D, dx 5 plus 4 cos x plus 3 sin x from 0 to 5 over 2. We need to show that this is equal to 1 over 6. This is what we need to show. Right now? So how do you do? So now they have actually given the substitution as well. So they have given the substitution as what? T equals tan x over. Correct? So what do you do? First of all, when there's a substitution, you should find the dt over, as in the differentiation, and then see the limits, and then compare. So let's find this. So if I remind you a theory now. Right? So what is d over dx tan x? So differentiation of tan x is what? Sec square x. Correct? So we need to use this here. So if I use this here, dt over dx is going to be sec square x over 2, but then you have to differentiate this too, so that will be half. So you have to differentiate x over 2, which is half. Right now? But this, what do you call, sec squared x can be written as what? 1 plus tan squared x. Correct now? Right? Then, so this can be written as 1 plus tan squared x over. Right? So here I can actually write this as 1 plus t squared over 2 is dt over dx. Right? So this is one of the things we do, right? So I'll basically substitute dx here for my simplification sake. Dx is going to be 2 dt over 1 plus t square. Correct? No? So now let's see about the limits now. Now when x goes to 0, t is going to be tan 0 over 2. That means tan 0. Tan 0 is what? 0. Then when x goes to 5 over 2, t becomes tan 5 over 2 over 2 is 5 over 4. That means 1. So now we know the limit and we know the differentiation part. So now we can substitute and find the answer. Okay, so now I'll be using the substitution now. Right, so now alright, so now there's another thing that we need to remember. So we all should remember that sine 2x, right? Sine 2x can be written as what? 2 tan x 1 plus tan squared x, and cos 2x can be written as what? 1 minus tan squared x 1 plus tan squared x. Correct? No? So now in this scenario, this is sin x, no? So sin x can be written as, so the half angle 2 tan x over 2 1 plus tan x over 2. Here cos x can be written as 1 minus tan square x over 2 1 plus tan square x over 2. Right, so these are important in order to find this answer. So if I substitute this, so I'll first write this of 5 plus, so now this is basically 4 times 1 minus t squared 1 plus t squared. This is 2t 1 plus t squared. 4, what is cos x is going to be 1 minus t squared 1 plus t squared. 3 2t 1 plus t squared. So the limit is from 5 over 2 because this is in terms of x, right? So we get here, right? So write it down.